Dear students, in this video I would like to explain few of the problems in electrical conductivity in metals. The first problem, the relaxation time of the conduction electrons in copper is 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 14 seconds. If copper has a resistivity of 1.48 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter and Fermi energy of 7 electron volt, find the charge carrier density and Fermi velocity. Now in this problem, the relaxation time tau is given as 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 14 seconds, and the resistivity of the material is 1.48 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. The Fermi energy given as 7 electron volt, and there are two questions. One is the charge carrier density, that is nothing but n, electron concentration, and Fermi velocity to be calculated. Now to calculate the electron charge density, we have the conductivity equation as per the classical free electron theory. Sigma is equal to n square tau divided by m, or we are able to rewrite the above equation. N is equal to sigma into m divided by E square into 2, but we are aware sigma is the conductivity which is reciprocal to the resistivity. Therefore above equation I can write m divided by rho into E square into tau, because sigma is equal to 1 by rho. Now substituting all the values, m is the mass of the electron as 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, divided by rho is the resistivity 1.48 into 10 to the power minus 8, the charge of the electron 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 the whole square, into the relaxation time, that is 2.6 into 10 to the power minus 14, which will give you 9.24 into 10 to the power minus 10 to the power plus 28 per meter cube. This is the total electron density per unit volume of the material present. To find out the Fermi velocity, we have the equation for the Fermi energy in terms of kinetic energy equation. EF is equal to half mvf square, or I can write Vf is equal to square root of 2EF divided by m. This is equal to 2 square root of 2 into 7 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, because here 7 electron volt, so I have to multiply with 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, divided by the mass of the electron 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, which will give you 1.56 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second, and this is the velocity of the electrons in the Fermi level of the conducting electrons. The second problem, find the electron density for a metal with the Fermi energy 4.2 electron volt. Now here we require to calculate once again the number of electrons per unit volume n, given Fermi energy as 4.2 electron volt. We are aware the Fermi energy at 0 Kelvin is been given by the equation h square by 8m into 3n by pi all to the power 2 by 3, where n is the number of electron per unit volume, m is the mass, and h is the Planck's constant, where h square by 8m into 3 by pi all to the power 2 by 3 is a constant, has a value 5.85 into the power minus 38, into n is a variable to the power 2 by 3. Now if you rewrite the above equation for n, which is equal to EF divided by 5.85 into 10 to the power minus 38 whole to the power reciprocal of 2 by 3, that is 3 by 2. By substituting EF as 4.2 electron volt, where 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, divided by the constant value 5.85 into 10 to the power minus 38 whole to the power 2 by 3, it will give you 3.89 into 10 to the power 28 per meter cube. This is the total number of electrons that are going to be present per unit volume of the material in a conductor having the Fermi energy 4.2 electron volt. The third problem, calculate the probability that an electron occupies an energy level 0.032 electron volt below the Fermi energy at 320 Kelvin. Now one of the important thing one has to remember, the energy level, whether it is above the Fermi level or below the Fermi level. Now here in the given problem, the energy 0.032 electron volt below the Fermi level. when the energy of an electron below the Fermi level means the energy of the electron is lesser than EF. Therefore, E minus EF is equal to minus 0.032 electron volt. But we know the probability function f of E is equal to 1 by e to the power E minus EF by kT plus 1. That is what the probability equation given by Fermi. Substituting all the values as it is, where E minus EF is equal to minus 0.032, electron has to be converted into 1.6 × 10⁻19, divided by K is the Boltzmann constant, 1.38 × 10⁻23, into temperature 320 Kelvin plus 1, it will give you 0.76. It means the total probability of finding the electron within that energy level is 76%. The fourth problem, the electron and hole mobility of silicon are 0.14 meter square per volt per second and 0.05 meter square per volt per second respectively at a certain temperature. If the electron concentration is 1.5 × 10⁻16 per meter cube, calculate the resistivity of the silicon. Now this is the problem related to the semiconductor, where in a semiconductor the mobility is both due to the electron as well as the holes, where the mobility is given for the electron as 0.14 meter square per volt per second, and that of the holes is given as 0.05 meter square per volt per second. Similarly, the intrinsic electron concentration as 1.5 × 10⁻16 per meter cube. Now to calculate the resistivity, we have the equation for the conductivity. Conductivity is equal to E into Ni into mu E plus mu H. But sigma is equal to 1 by rho, which is the resistivity. Therefore I can write resistivity is equal to 1 by E Ni into mu E plus mu H, where E is the electronic charge 1.6 × 10⁻19. Ni is the intrinsic charge carrier ratio, that is 1.5 × 10⁻16 into 0.14 plus 0.05 are the mobilities of the electron as well as the holes. If we calculate, we are able to get 2193 ohm meter is the resistivity of the material for that electron concentration. In the fifth problem, a specimen of pure silicon at 300 Kelvin has a concentration of charge carriers 1.5 × 10⁻16 per meter cube. It is doped with the acceptor impurity atom at the rate of 1 impurity atom for every 2 × 10⁻7 atoms of silicon. Assuming that all the impurity atoms are ionized, find the resistivity of the silicon both in a intrinsic state and in doped state. Given electron and hole mobilities in silicon are 0.14 meter square per volt per second and 0.05 meter square per volt per second respectively. The density of the silicon is 5 × 10⁻28 per meter cube. Now in this problem, the charge carrier density, that is the intrinsic charge carrier density, given as 1.5 × 10⁻16 per meter cube. Meantime, it is said the impurity atoms are added at 1 impurity atom for every 2 × 10⁻7 atoms of silicon, and it is an acceptor. Acceptor means it can accept an electron, means there are holes are going to be the majority charge carriers. So we can easily try to calculate what is the ratio of the impurity atoms to silicon atoms, that is 1 divided by 2 × 10⁻7, which will give you 0.5 × 10⁻−7. Now the mobilities are given 0.14 as well as 0.05 respectively for electron as well as hole, and also the total number of silicon atoms are also given as 5 × 10⁻28 per meter cube. So I can easily try to calculate how many number of impurity atoms or acceptor atoms are going to be present, which is nothing but the total number of silicon atom, that is 5 × 10⁻28 into the ratio of the impurity atom, that is 0.5 × 10⁻−7, which will give you 2.5 into 10⁻21. But we are aware the electron as well as the hole concentration ratio product is always equal to Ni square, where Ni is the intrinsic number of charge carrier density. So by knowing Ni and NH, I can easily calculate what are the number of electrons that are being present per unit volume of the material, given as Ni square divided by NH is equal to 1.5 into 10 power 16 the whole square divided by 2.5 into 10 to the power 21, which will give you 9 into 10 to the power 10. Now these are the total number of electrons present in the material at that impurity. Now to calculate the resistivity of the material in the intrinsic state as well as at the doped state. Now at the intrinsic state, we are aware sigma is equal to 1 by rho into ENI into mu U plus mu H, or rho is equal to 1 by ENI into mu U plus mu H. So substituting, E is the electronic charge, Ni as 1.6 into 10 to the power 16, and the mobilities are given as 0.14 and 0.05. You are going to get the resistivity of the material in the intrinsic state, that is in the pure state, as 2193 ohm meter. Now at the same time, at the extrinsic state, the total conductivity of a material is a sum of the conductivity due to electron as well as a hole, that is NeE into mu E plus NH into E into mu H. So substituting for Ne and NH, electronic charge and the mobilities, we are able to get the value as 2.016 into 10 to the power minus 9 plus 20. But 2.016 into 10 to the power minus 9 is a very small value compared to 20. So you can neglect that term. So you can almost make conductivity as 20 Siemens per meter. And the reciprocal of that conductivity itself is the resistivity, that is 1 by 20 as 0.05 ohm meter. That is the resistivity of the material in the doped state. Naturally, in the doped state, resistivity is very small, but in the intrinsic state, the resistivity is going to be very large. The sixth problem is related to the Hall coefficient. The problem is the conductivity and the Hall coefficient of an N-type silicon specimen are 112 per ohm meter and 1.25 meter cube per coulomb respectively. Calculate the charge carrier concentration and electron mobility. Now in this problem, the conductivity of the silicon specimen is given as 112 per ohm meter. Also the Hall coefficient RH is given as 1.25 meter cube per coulomb. But we are aware the Hall coefficient is always equal to 1 by the charge carrier density. Here rho is not the resistivity, it is a charge carrier density, which is equal to 1 by Ne, where N is the number of electrons per unit volume and E is the electronic charge. So hence you are able to calculate what is N as 1 by RH into E, which is equal to 1 by 1.25 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, which will give you 0.5 into 10 to the power 22. Now to calculate the mobility of a material, we are aware sigma E is equal to Ne into mu E only for electron concentration. Therefore mu E is equal to sigma E divided by Ne. But we are aware Ne is nothing but rho and 1 by rho is nothing but it is RH. Therefore our equation can be written as mu E is equal to sigma E into RH. Here sigma E is 112 into RH is 1.25 into minus 3, which will give you 142.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter square per volt per second is the mobility of the electron concentration.